Hey guys, what's up? Michal here. Today I would like to show you a template that I have prepared in Notion. This kind of a template I would use basically every day at work to follow up on the issues that occur in the projects I'm working on. Alright, so let's have a look at it. Here we are in Notion. I named it list of issues or LOI. Below it we have 4 different views. I will get to those a little bit later. And the way I would start to fill in this document is basically by asking myself 5W2H questions. So if you don't know what is 5W2H, it stands for what, when, who, where, why for 5W, and then 2H for how, and how much. Now it's not exactly the 5W2H method that is directly used here, but those questions are still very valid and very useful. The problem, so this is my what. Here we have that it is not possible to identify the parts produced because part marking is missing on the B side. Alright, here with the problem or with the what, if you get it from external source, you might need to translate it to your own language because what comes to you might not be exactly the right problem description. I would assign then this problem to a project and give it an issue number. After, I would try to find out when did it happen, who detected it, where did it happen, and how was the problem detected. In this case, it was by visual check of first produced part. Now to the PRC or our why. PRC is standing for potential root cause. You want to ask yourself, what are the potential root causes? I have picked here one. I'm saying this is the right one, but there might be many different ones and you might need to investigate all of them. So in our case, engraving was not done in the injection tool due to the missing checking step in supplier's procedure. Okay, now we have the problem, let's say, defined, and we want to define some actions. So first thing I want to do is to protect my customer. So I would come up with the containment action, and in this case it is put identification labels on all produced parts. Then I would communicate the issue with the team, also externally if needed, of course. Then align on the timing internally and externally, perform the corrective action, receive the evidence, and update the documentation and lessons learned. Next column is progress, so simply the status where we stand. Days until due date, I think very important because it gives you a feeling how much time do you have to close the task. Then the status with the PDCA possibilities. So here I put where do we actually stand. After we have the hours that I estimate to be spent on the issue. The owner, very important here, never put 2 people. You can avoid many discussions if you just pick the right person who will own the task. After we have a due date, again based on experience or after the alignment with the team, I would fix this date here and I would basically not change it. Then we have a do, check, act according to the PDCA steps with the actuals when the action will be closed for this step, then the escalation, and then the log. Here basically I want to, after aligning with the team and with the supplier or with the customer, I would fix the dates that when I want to close the issue and when I want to close each step of PDCA process. I would never change those dates and I would track the actuals in those do, check, act columns. Here I would also track the progress on the issue, and once each action is done, I would basically strike it through like you see here, and I would update the progress, the status if needed, then the do, check, act columns. So for example, let's say that today we have an input from the supplier, so 22/11/04. We have the documentation updated, so documentation was updated by supplier and lessons learned was created. So in this case, that would be my update. I would come to the action, strike it through because it's done, update the progress to 100%, update the status to closed, and put the date of the act for 4th of November. Also, lessons learned was done, so I would basically complete the action here as well. And that's it. This is the way I would fill in this document. Now to the views. So as I said, we have here on the top different views. This one was the one I would be working with the most. Next one is bird. Basically, it's just to have an overview about the issue, the progress of the issue, who is responsible, and what is the escalation. The Kanban to see plan, do, check, act. How many issues do I have at which stage? And then the sorting by the owner. So how much or how many tasks the people have on their plate. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much and see you next time. Ah yes, and before I forget, if you would like to get this template that I'm just showing, you can click on the link in the description below and it will take you to this web page where you can basically click on a duplicate button and take it to your Notion. All right, so thank you very much for watching and have a good weekend. Ciao.